Okay. We back live with another episode of Chill with Chill. What's going on, y'all? What's up, Big Chill Town?
Playoffs, baby. You know what it is, Big Ox. It's playoffs, man.
Yeah.
We even deeper into the playoffs now, which is even
Ooh.
better.
Conference finals time. That's when
Yes,
it's really,
sir.
really time. We had an exciting one yesterday. Yesterday was all around an exciting game, exciting day. I mean, we'll get to the draft and the lottery and the implications of that. We'll talk on that in a little bit. Let's just get into kind of a recap of the Denver game, Denver LA game, and kind of how you felt about that. How you see game 2 going in that one. Let's just just open dialogue, Chet. How did you see that game?
Well, the first thing that I noticed, which was interesting, was the guard lineup. So you start Schroeder, you go with D'Lo, and you go with Austin Reeves. Now, in theory, it sounds like a good idea because what you're going to get when you get Schroeder is you're going to get a guy picking up full court, and you're going to get them to slow down. You're going to get them to slow down their transition game, like what happened in 2021 in the NBA Finals when Drew Holiday was basically he was picking up full court and slowing down Phoenix's transition game. That's the theory. Only problem with that is when the game does get sped up, Joker is ahead of the field. So with Joker being ahead of the field, Joker is now at the rim before Anthony Davis. If he's at the rim before Anthony Davis and shots get missed, that's putbacks. Add that to the fact that you got MPJ, you got KCP, and you got Gordon all crashing the backboard. So you got this 3-guard lineup, and you got these small guards with these 4 bigs crashing the backboard. Those two things don't equal out. So once again, in theory, it sounds like a good idea putting Schroeder at the 1 and starting him to slow down their transition game with Murray. But ultimately, that's going to make you small, and that's what hurt them a lot yesterday.
Yeah. So we discussed it actually yesterday morning before the game.
Yeah.
I asked the question with you on the panel about Jokic's ability. AD's ability to slow Jokic down. I mean, we know these guys are so good. Nobody's going to shut anybody down.
Right.
But just the ability to stop him. Do you still feel the same way about AD? Can he slow Jokic down?
Well, I never felt like he could stop him. When you got a great offensive player like Joker, it's so much that he does. Just his ability to distribute, how smart he is, how well he is on the basketball, how well he is off the basketball. Plus, with Denver's offense, when they got a lot of action off the basketball, your ability, you slowing him down is going to be really difficult. You stopping him is going to be almost impossible. But the idea is to make it hard on him. So when Anthony Davis, who is considered the best defensive player in the playoffs, so when Anthony Davis is giving Joker just looks in the paint where he's just has the ball over his head and he's basically scanning the area. Now, when Anthony Davis crowds him, there has to be some level of retreat, and not just retreat, but show and then retreat, show and then retreat. And you got to minimize that. You got to minimize Joker dive into the basket around you because he's going to get around you at some point. Your ability as a defender to recover when he does get around you, because again, Joker is so good around the basket. He's so good at scoring at the basket that it's difficult once he gets to the basket to stop him. But if you can recover quick enough to get him just away from the basket where he doesn't score every trip or every time he touches the ball, something good happens, I think that's a win-win for Los Angeles. That didn't happen yesterday. So the adjustment has to be I got to touch him, then retreat. If he shoots the shot and he shoots a 17, 18-footer, okay, I'll live with that. If he shoots the long ball, I'll live with that. But what he can't do is he can't just blow past me. That's number one. Not only can he not blow past me, he can't just be on the perimeter like a quarterback in the pocket, just picking us apart with no ball pressure on him. If he makes a move on me, my ability to recover has to be there. I can't just let him blow by me and get layups at the rim. He has to be there, whether it's a foul, whether it's a shot block, or whether it's misdirecting a shot. Something has to be there. It can't just be that simple. And don't get me wrong, Big Ox. I think Joker is fantastic as an overall offensive player. The issue that I'm having is that the other stuff. So we talked about this earlier today. We talked about his ability to rebound. We talked about his ability to distribute. So Joker having 16 of those 21 rebounds in the first half is something that was difficult. However, he did get slowed down in the second half. He got slowed down in the second half, largely due to number one getting switched on. And he was on the perimeter more. And now you got the Lakers gang rebounding. And number two, Anthony Davis in the roam spot. So if Anthony Davis is roaming, now he's more likely to be closer to the basket. And if he's more likely to be closer to the basket, he could get those defensive rebounds and keep these guys to one shot, which is what they did. This is not a one-man job. I immediately thought you being a big guy, Ox, I'm immediately thinking as a guard, if I see you in there and you having a difficult time with this big man, my first thought is, yo, you better get your ass in there and help him. Right. Get in there and help him rebound, because this is obviously a tall task for him. That doesn't mean he can't do it, but you helping definitely gives him an advantage if you're helping, as opposed to him just being in there by himself. And I think that with the Lakers, as good as Anthony Davis is as a defender, as good as he is as a rim protector, as good as he is as a rebounder, they have to help him. They have to help him keep Joker off the backboard and limit Denver to one shot.
So something that you said today, and I think Mars kind of pushed back on it a little bit. It was Mars or Low, one of those two. You was kind of saying how Anthony Davis has to pretty much go above and beyond. I don't like the fact that people say, well, if he's guarding Jokic, he can't rebound too. It's like, yeah, you have to be able to keep getting hand up on the shot, bump and put your body on him and box him out. Right. So when you're saying the guards have to come help, sometimes AD needs to just box out.
Right.
And let LeBron, let Vandy, let the other guys come and get the ball.
Which is fair. Which is because one thing we got to be clear about, Big Ox, rebounding is not solely my job. You can rebound too. You can help rebound too. Just like defense is not solely my job. That's your job too. And when you get beat, I got to help you. Well, there is no end to just me helping you defend. No, you can help me defend too. You can help me rebound too. Those things go hand in hand. So if I got Joker on the wing and Joker shoots a shot, I can block Joker out to keep him off the backboard. Now you guys come in and rebound. Yeah. That's not solely my job. Now, don't get me wrong. It's one of my primary jobs, but it's not solely my job. I'm not the only one who should be rebounding. No, especially when you got guys like Rui, when you got guys like James, when you got guys like Vando. Now, I understand that Vando is a little limited offensively, but when you got guys like that on the floor, even D'Angelo Russell, even Schroeder, you guys can rebound. I watched Russell Westbrook. Now, I'm not putting Russell Westbrook in the same category with these guys. I'm not putting these guys in the same category with Russell Westbrook as a rebounder. I'm looking at it solely from the aspect of size. And a guy like Russell Westbrook, at the size that he is, if he could go stick his nose in there and get rebounds, you can too.
Certainly. What do you feel about the some of the lineups the Lakers have been using, specifically that small ball lineup? I think that Schroeder, D'Lo, and Reeves. Can they win with that lineup?
Not when Denver has that big lineup on the floor with Aaron Gordon, MPJ, KCP, and Joker. No, they can't. And the reason why they can't is because they can't compete on the backboard. For that reason right there. Now, when you get into rotations where now the Denver Nuggets have Brown, where they have both Browns on the floor and Jeff Green, well, now we might be able to integrate some of that lineup in with, because D'Lo is 6'5". Right? D'Lo is 6'5". Austin Reeves is also 6'5". So now we can integrate some of that in. And the reason why we can integrate some of that in is because we do match in some areas in terms of size. But when you got those other guys, when you got MPJ, who's 6'10", you got Aaron Gordon, who's 6'9", when you got Joker, who's a footer, right? And you got KCP, who's 6'6". That's a huge lineup. And when I got this small lineup, we're deficient rebounding, and that's going to be a problem. So that lineup can work. It just can't work against that big lineup that Mike Malone had out there.
Right. So with all that being said, you've seen game one. You saw what, everybody saw the same thing. Some of us saw it different, of course. How do you feel about game two? Like what's your prediction? Game two prediction, if I can get one.
Well, number one, I don't see Anthony Davis coming out getting 40. I don't see him doing that again. But what I do see is I see a better effort defensively from Anthony Davis. I definitely
does he need to get 40?
No, I don't think he needs to get 40. I mean, don't get me wrong. That would be a plus if he did get 40. But I don't think that getting 40 isn't necessary. I think that the difference would be limiting That's just Joker limiting Denver to one shot. Joker is so good in the half court with getting touches. And I look at it the same way I look at a perimeter player and a scorer. Well, what's the one thing that you do to slow down a scorer? The one thing that you do to slow down a scorer is you got to limit his touches. Because when you limit his touches, you throw him off rhythm. Is it possible to limit Anthony? Is it possible to limit Joker's touches? And if that's possible, how can we do that? Because he's so responsible for a lot of their offense. Don't get me wrong. MPJ, he's a shooter and he could get some offense. Same thing with Jamal Murray. But Joker is so responsible for their offense. And if we could possibly limit his touches, and I don't mean limit his touches solely throughout the game, but I'm talking about limiting his touches in certain areas. So if you're talking about Joker being 18 feet away from the basket and their offense starting there, well, maybe I can limit some touches there. And maybe I can get their offense. Maybe I can get their offense derailed from that point, as opposed to if Joker's on the box, which is where they might not want to start their offense. They might want to start their offense 18 feet away from the basket, and they don't want to start it on the block. And if I could limit those touches where he gets it 17, 18 feet away from the basket, where that offense is even more wide open, then maybe that's a good thing.
Chill, before you go further, because I did just ask you the question. Sorry to cut you off after I just asked it to you. Before I do get that prediction from you, I want to kind of dive into a little deeper into the Lakers locker room and the fact that they were able to make that adjustment on Jokic. So they made that adjustment, made it again, but still lost. Mm-hmm. If you're Darvin Ham, what are you saying in the locker room to these guys after the game? After you made the adjustment, they made the push and lost that one. They could have stole game one in the Mile High. What are you saying to your guys in the locker room after a game like that?
I'm really positive, to be honest with you. I'm coming in the locker room and I'm telling our guys, yo, we're 2 plays away from actually winning this game. We did everything that we could in terms of adjustments to get back in the game. Now it's just a matter of making plays. Now it's just a matter of making plays offensively, and not just offensively, containing these guys. If we could do that, we was 1 or 2 plays away from really winning this game. Now, don't get me wrong, fellas. They threw us in the hole early, and I love your fight. Your fight was what got us back in this game. Not only was your fight that's what had gotten us back in the game. Not only that, but also the fact that you kept fighting and you kept making plays. When you kept making plays, it was obvious that you put these guys on the defense. When y'all put them on the defense and they were back on their heels and they let us back in the game, there was that doubt in them. That's how we got back in it. It's just 1 or 2 things that we need to do, and we right back in this thing. This thing is far from over, fellas. Far from over.
Thanks. So what are they saying across the arena in the other locker room? What is Mike Malone saying when he saw Darvin Ham put that adjustment on him, and his team almost gave one back? Mm-hmm. What is Coach Michael Malone saying to his team in the locker room after that game?
Well, fellas, I thought we did a good job in manning the backboard. I thought we did a good job of taking care of the basketball. I think we got to do a better job in sustaining a lead. And what we did was we allowed them to speed us up. That's what we did. We allowed them to speed us up. They got a lot of open looks. They got a lot of good shots. And the good shots that they got, they can't get those same shots in game 2. If they get those same shots in game 2 and they make them with the stuff that they did, it's not gonna be good for us. So what we got to do is we got to sustain that lead, which means we got to pick our defense up. We have to pick our defense up, and we got to do a better job at guarding at the long ball line. We got to do a better job at guarding at the perimeter. On the perimeter, we got to do a better job all around at guarding. That's what's going to sustain the lead for us. But I dig what you guys did on the backboard. I dig what you guys did in transition. They're not a very good transition defensive team. So speeding the game up, that was great, Joker. Running the floor and getting Anthony Davis on your heels and getting easy looks. I think that really put them in a bind. So if we could continue to do that stuff, we got some small stuff that we need to clean up, but I think we're fine, guys.
Okay. So now, like I said, sorry for interrupting your prediction. So now that we know kind of what we assume the energy was in those locker rooms, what happens game 2? Does LA come and steal game 2, or does Denver head to the Staples Center? I'm gonna call it the Staples Center.
It's still the Staples Center.
Does Denver go to the Staples Center up 2-0?
I think that the Lakers can get game 2. I think that they can, and the reason why I feel like that is because what they did in game 1 was the formula. It was just a matter of making 1 or 2 plays. And Denver has shown that, especially against a team like the Lakers, they have shown that they will let you back in it. Not only will they let you back in it, That they not only let you back in it, they have shown that they'll give it away. I mean, they did a good job on Joker in the fourth quarter. A lot of people aren't talking about this. He had 0 field goals in the fourth quarter. 0. He didn't score a bucket. The 2 points that he got came from free throws, and that was largely due to them being out of gas. And they were out of gas because we kept the pressure on them. James kept the pressure on Jamal Murray on the block, right? James kept the pressure on Jamal Murray on the block. Rui kept the pressure on Joker on the perimeter, did everything that he could to keep him away from the basket and making it hard on him, right? So I think that if they continue to do that, because it's not really much that, to be honest with you, it's not really much that Denver's going to change. If the Lakers could continue to do what they did and keeping the pressure on Denver and rebounding early, I think they can win game 2.
Well, y'all heard it first here at Chill with Chill. The Lakers can, in fact, put it together and tie this up. They can get to the Mile High and still win. You think that elevation had something to do with game 1 at all?
I want to say it. I do think it's a factor, Big Ox, but it didn't seem like it. It didn't seem like it as the game went on. Early it did. Mm-hmm. Early it seemed like they were dragging, but as the game went on, it seemed like they had gotten acclimated to it and was like, okay, we're good now. We're not going to run up. We're not just going to continue to run up and down the floor with these guys because this is the way that they play. We could play like that, but that's the way that they play. So I feel like once the game got going, I feel like they got acclimated to it and it was good. Okay. And the fact that they fought back from being down 22, I mean, I think that was the biggest thing, Big Ox.
Yeah, they definitely showed a lot of heart right there. I see you guys in the lobby. I'll definitely get to you, but as we all know, I got to get to these super chats first. Super chats got main priority here on Chill with Chill and the PC family. We love all of our YouTube members. Merdell Baran, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for becoming a YouTube member.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for tapping in. We need that. Need the support, brother. Y'all. First super chat today is from Daniel Smith. Does Jokic's performance so far stain Embiid's MVP?
No, it doesn't. And the reason why it doesn't is because you got to remember what the league MVP is. It's a regular season award. The MVP does not filter over into the postseason. Again, the postseason is where you elevate who you are. Embiid didn't do that. Embiid had a dud. That doesn't mean that during the regular season he wasn't MVP worthy, because he was 100%. Certainly.
Okay. Next one we got here from Alpha Roo. Salute for having a stream for people that actually talk b-ball and not have to yell over each other or defend conspiracies. Much respect. Can't wait for Link.
No, we don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. We talk basketball around here, and I can't talk to Ox. With Ox yelling at me the whole time and me yelling at him. No, that doesn't work. No, if me and Ox disagree on something, we talk about it.
Facts. Can't get across like that. Alfaru, that link is out there. Click on it. As soon as I get through with these super chats, I'm getting in the lobby. Yeah, y'all. They made the super chat system a little different, y'all. So I got it going though. Bear with me when got a couple seconds in between. Game 6% Clay. What do you guys think about Bam as an all-time great defender? I have never seen a center defend guards as elite as he does.
You never seen Tim Duncan, have you? Nah, you must never watched Tim Duncan, because Tim Duncan is something special. That's number one. Number two, Bam is not a center. Bam is really a 4 playing the 5. That's really what he is. And at the 4, they use him defensively in their schemes to guard guards, and the athlete that Bam is, it works. And, guys like Tim Duncan, guys like Kevin Garnett, guys like that, those guys were fantastic perimeter defenders at their size. So as good as Bam is as a defender and as a perimeter defender, you have perimeter defenders like Tim Duncan, like Kevin Garnett, big guys that could defend on the perimeter just fine.
Timmy D was something special, y'all. If you didn't get the pleasure of watching Tim Duncan, I suggest you go back and watch some games.
Olajuwon was fantastic too.
Oh, it's for sure. My man Sports PSP. Should Rui and AD double team Jokic more?
I don't think that the double should come from. I'm not sure if the double should come from Rui, but I like it coming from Rui considering the size, and it depends on where it is. So if you're double teaming Joker at the high post, or if you double teaming Joker at the 3-point line, I don't love that. And the reason why I don't love that is because there's a lot of space and a lot of room. I would much rather you double teaming Joker if he's in the short corner, if he's in the pinch post. I don't mind that. And the reason why I don't mind that is because now what you're doing is you still have enough space and you still have enough area where you can recover, as opposed to when you doubling him 19, 20 feet away from the basket. I think the lane and all of that other stuff is so wide open, and Joker is such a proficient passer that he's going to find guys. When you put him in confined space, I still think that he finds guys, but when you put size around him, I think it makes it more difficult for him. So I think it depends on where you're going to double Joker.
Yeah, for sure. There's some players. I think first person I think of when I say this is Dirk Nowitzki. There's some guys that it doesn't matter, that you just don't waste your time double teaming. Yeah. Like Dirk Nowitzki is one of those guys where it's like that double team isn't going to do anything to him. You might as well just play straight up and guard your other guys too. Mm-hmm. From King Cobain. What's up, chillin' Big Ox?
What up?
How good was Yao Ming, and how come nobody talks about him?
Yao Ming was special. Let's just put it out there. Yao Ming wasn't good. Yao Ming was special. Here's a guy at 7'5", could shoot the long ball, could handle the basketball, one of the better rim protectors and rebounders in the game. He just had bad feet. That was the only problem with Yao Ming. Yao Ming was ridiculously skilled both around the basket and on the perimeter. Could shoot the long ball, could score on anybody on the box. He was impressive, 100%. But he had bad feet, and that's what slowed him down. Other than that, Yao Ming was 100% an all-time great.
This one from KJB Live. Thanks, Chill, and Big Ox for their insight on the game daily. Salute from Miami 305.
That's what we here for, yo. That's what we here for. That's what we doing. We here for you. That's why we here.
Shout out Miami. Shout out
100%.
305. From MC Robinson. Chill. I want to ask, how hard is it to play with a shot clock on the sideline?
It was hard, yo. It was. He's making a joke that I'm that old. That's what the shot clock was. When I was in school in the early 90s, the shot clock wasn't on the shot clock was not on the basket. The shot clock was on the side. So you had to look over to see where the shot clock was, and you relied a lot on coaches to tell you what the kind of 10 seconds, 5, 4. So it wasn't always at the top of the rim. It was on the sideline. So yeah, it was difficult at times. It wasn't everywhere. There were teams who had the shot clock, on the basket, but there were teams who had the shot clock on the sideline too. So that was difficult.
A pimp named Slickback. If you're still here viewing, I got your super chat in the back. I didn't read it for a reason because we're about to get into that right now. So bear with me, brother. We're gonna get to your super chat here in a couple minutes. Chill Town. Now, we know game 1 happened yesterday, but was that really the most exciting thing yesterday? Was that the most viewed, most talked about thing yesterday? No. Or was it the NBA draft in the number 1 selection going to the San Antonio Spurs?
Everybody, yeah, that was a big deal, man. That was even as big a deal as the Lakers, Denver was. I mean, we got a generational talent coming in the draft this year. This prospect that everybody is talking about, Wembanyama, they're talking about him in terms of a prospect. Last time I heard this was because I wasn't around when Jabbar and Chamberlain was coming out, but I was around when James was coming out. I was around when Jordan was coming out. I was around when Magic was. I was around when these guys were coming out, and this wasn't as big a deal. And I think a lot of it has to do with the media coverage, but the fact that San Antonio won the draft lottery. I mean, how lucky can you get? I mean, in '87, you get David Robinson. 10 years later, you get Tim Duncan, and now in 2023, you're going to get Wembanyama, who I think that if anybody knows me and has ever heard me talk about him, I think he's Ralph Sampson with a better handle in a jump shot. That's who he reminds me of. And Ralph Sampson was a bit of a, and this is 40 years ago. Ralph Sampson was a unicorn at that size. Ralph Sampson was 7'4", could handle a basketball, run like a deer. He was incredible. So to have another generational talent like him, I mean, health-wise, if he can hold up health-wise, he looks to me like he's a can't miss, 100%. Now, there are some teams that got the short end of the stick, Big Ox, of course. So, Detroit ended up with the 5th pick. So they're going to have to do some homework. They're definitely going to have to do some homework. They're going to have to do some homework, and Houston's going to have to do some homework because here we are again with the 3rd pick in the draft again. I'm sorry, with the 4th pick in the draft again. With the 4th pick in the draft again. They had the 3rd pick last year and the 4th pick this year. So they're going to have to do some homework. So I was surprised that San Antonio got it, but I thought it was going to go to Detroit. I did
too. I thought Detroit was getting there.
Mm-hmm.
So let me before I move on to number 2, number 3, number 4, and what that means for each in particular franchise. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, what does Victor Wembanyama mean for the San Antonio Spurs? Does this mean that Coach Pop is going to be around a little longer? Because he was talking retirement, so he's here. Are the Suns poised to have another 20-year run like they did with Tim Duncan? Is Victor that type of guy? And also, so I had a theory that if the Spurs got that number 1 pick, which they did, I think they will be instantly back on track because I believe that there's going to be other people, free agents and whatnot, that are going to want to come play with Vic. So I don't think it's going to be hard for them to build that roster back up.
Right.
What do you think about that? What do you think about the Spurs here now from this point moving forward?
Well, first of all, Big Ox, Greg Popovich, I think he's 71 or 72, and he was on his way out. But he sees this kid, and this kid probably put about another 5 more years on his life, right? He sees this kid, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I'm not sure that I'm going to hand in my retirement papers just yet." So I think I'm gonna hold off for a little bit because again, this guy's a generational talent. I personally think he's the future of basketball, and I think Popovich sees him, and he's already got ideas of how he wants to use him. And how he wants to use those other guys around him, right? So I don't think Pop is going anywhere in the near future. But when it comes to the other teams, of course they're sour. But this definitely puts San Antonio right back on track because if you remember, with Tim Duncan, with Tony Parker, with Manu Ginobili, with David Robinson, with Steve Kerr, with Kevin Willard, with Jacques Vaughn, that's a first-class organization over there. The way that they run things is first class. So despite the fact that it being in San Antonio, that doesn't matter. They don't have a problem. They don't have a problem getting free agents. Not only do they not have a problem getting free agents, they don't have a problem drafting. And again, this isn't something that has to turn around today. I mean, Tim Duncan was something of an anomaly. And the reason why I say that, Big Ox, is because he already got on a damn good unit. The reason why they got the number 1 pick in 97 was because David Robinson got hurt. Had David Robinson not gotten hurt, that team would have been a playoff team. So now they get the number 1 pick. So Tim Duncan isn't getting on the Detroit Pistons. He's not getting on Charlotte. He's getting on the San Antonio team with Sean Elliott, David Robinson, Avery Johnson. That's a good team. Right. Add Tim Duncan to that team. That's a damn good team. So
it certainly is.
I think in this particular situation, it's a little bit different because you're going to build it around one. You're going to build it around Wembanyama. But with that being said, you have a building block that's going to attract other people 100%.
Yeah. So kind of like you were saying, especially you said about Detroit and Houston, they're going to have to start doing some research, making sure they make the right picks.
Yeah.
San Antonio, it goes 1 San Antonio, 2 Charlotte, 3 Portland, 4 Houston, 5 Detroit. I can see every team 5 and under needing to use that pick, except for one team, and that's the Portland Trailblazers. Now I'm gonna read a pimp named Slickback. I'm gonna read his super chat here because I'm under the impression that Portland's looking to make some type of move. Pimp named Slickback says, "Don't know if you guys have seen the news, but apparently Portland and Brooklyn are talking a trade, sending Mikal Bridges to Portland for that 3 pick and Anthony Simons. I like a Dame Mikal pairing."
I do like that too. I love a Dame, and yeah, I do like that. And the reason why I like that is because number one, you got a defender on the wing that could supplement Dame, and you also got a scorer. And you got a 3-level scorer because Bridges can hit the long ball. Bridges can hit the mid-range. He's great in transition. I think Dame still got 2 more years left in him. What I don't think though is, and I get a lot of heat for this, I think that championship window for the Portland Trailblazers, I think it's closed. I think that they could possibly compete to get into the playoffs. Even if you add Mikal Bridges with Grant, I think you can compete to get into the playoffs. But in the Western Conference, I don't think Mikal Bridges pushes you guys over the top. No, I don't think that.
Right. Also, there's also been talk that if Scoot Henderson isn't taken second from Charlotte, that maybe Portland will pick him and trade Dame or put him on the market. See what they can get for Dame in the trade market.
Which is it ridiculous, Big Ox? Because maybe, I'm not even going to say maybe. I'm going to say probably that window has closed. Unless you're going to bag a big-time free agent, or not just a big-time free agent, unless you're going to bag a big-time player to play alongside Dame. Because if this is a win-now situation, there is nobody in this draft, that's going to push you over the top to win today. There is no Olajuwon in the draft today. Because the only reason why Olajuwon worked in Houston, because he already had Ralph Sampson. So there is nobody like that. There's no Bird in the draft. There's no Magic in the draft right now, right? And he's got to be in the right situation. And I don't think Portland is the correct situation. So I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think that that's a bad move to pick Scoot Henderson at 3 and then move Dame, because you could probably get a bunch of picks. Not only could you get a bunch of picks, you can probably get some good players for Dame.
Yeah, I think Portland, everything that's already happened has already happened. So moving forward,
I think so.
I don't think Portland's in a bad situation necessarily. Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, they got the 3 pick, they got Dame. They got potential to make a power play within the next 2-3 seasons.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? I got Rob, KB, Alpha Ruin here. Y'all
what's up,
ready to tap in on this subject?
What's up? Yes, what's up? So you want to talk about the game, or you want to talk about the draft?
What's up with you? What you want to talk about?
Okay. Let me get on the game. I'm gonna cook real quick and leave it alone and let y'all kind of put your own seasonings on it. So I looked at the game, and the biggest difference in the game was the others for Denver. Not only did they score a lot, they outscored their average. They outscored their average by 14 points. I'm talking about outside of Murray and outside of Jokic, all the other people scored 14 points more than their playoff average. That killed the Lakers. Remember, the Lakers lost by 6, right? Then also I'm looking at exactly the bench play. Denver has a problem. If the Lakers can play their starters even, the Lakers can beat them because their bench was bad, really bad. I'm not talking about your boy is good, Brown. He's really good, but he played with the starters. But once they got deep into that bench with Jeff Green and Bron, they really outscored them by a lot. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with D'Lo. D'Lo had a horrible minus. He was minus 25. Everybody else was single digits. They was either plus or minus like 8 or whatever. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was with the Lakers, I'm curious. The Lakers had a problem stopping Jokic. The Denver had a problem stopping the Lakers. So when you go from game to game, whether you're in AAU or in high school or in the pros, it's easier to stop a player than it is to I can't stop the team. Mm-hmm. Everybody on the Lakers played well offensively and did what they normally do, except the 2 guards, Dennis Schroeder and D'Angelo Russell. They scored 17 points. If you're telling me I'm expecting Schroeder and D'Angelo to score 17 points a game combined, that is not realistic. They should probably be averaging about 25 to 30 points, them 2 together. Maybe 15, 18 for D'Angelo, maybe about 8 to 12 for Dennis Schroeder. So there's a lot of things in there that I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, I can see a lot more adjustments for the Lakers and playing better, but I think Denver played as well as they can, and the Lakers didn't really play that good, and they was 1 possession away with 40 seconds left from tying or winning that game. So that's all I wanted to hear y'all thoughts and what you guys got.
Now remember when you talk about stopping a player, a lot of times when you talk about stopping the player, you're talking about stopping the player from doing one thing. Joker does so many things,
right.
and not only does he do so many things, he does so many things that's integral to that team's offense.
Right.
Not just scoring. He's responsible for a lot of their offense. He gets a lot of guys involved in the offense. His ability to rebound, his ability to score, his ability to play make, his ability to pass. So you're not just stopping Joker as a scorer. If you slow Joker down, you slowing down their entire offense.
Right. So that's what I was talking about. So when I heard the guy ask, should we double team AD with Rui and AD? I agree with you. Don't double team him. Just be at the spot. AD started to defend Jokic perfectly. Rui defended him one-on-one. AD was kind of playing the safety, kind of playing and roaming off of Aaron Gordon. But when he made his move to the key, he was there to pack his shit, or he had to kick the ball out. But the problem was when they started double teaming from the high to the low, from the perimeter to that was horrible. You can't do that. Leave that alone. Don't let them score and let Jokic figure it out. He gotta do something outside.
It's one thing on the perimeter where you might be doubling from the weak side, or you might get a dribble handoff where we can double right there. We can double team Joker right there. When I'm on the box with Joker, leave me alone. I can handle him. There's no reason for you to double. There's no reason for Austin Reeves to dig down and double. There's no reason for Schroeder to double. I can handle him down here. Whatever it's going to be, let me handle him. Because the last thing that I want, Joker is so good at finding guys in terms of cross court and making you cover more ground and finding guys to get open shots. There's no reason to double. There's no reason to dig down. Let me handle him. Right. That's what I'm here for.
Right. And you know what's surprising? I keep hearing people talk about how impressive Denver was. They were impressive, but does everybody realize just as impressive Denver was in the first half, if you really look at the numbers, the Lakers were just as impressive in the second half. In the whole game, the Lakers had more assists. The Lakers they scored the same amount percentage-wise from the three, from the field. They did everything. They lost that game in the first quarter. I'm not even going to say second, third, and fourth. I'm just saying the first quarter is where they lost that game, and they came out horrible. But go ahead. Let some other people cook, man. I'm going to be here listening up.
I felt like in the first quarter, they were just trying to get comfortable and like figure out the Nuggets. And I think when they settled down, that's when the Lakers came back and felt good in the game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the man next to me brought it up. D'Angelo Russell was terrible. I mean, he was terrible. I mean, I was just actually reading a quote while he was talking where Bruce Brown, he was talking about how they were targeting D'Angelo Russell because he was the weakest defender on the court. So going forward, I don't know what they're going to do, but Darvin Ham, that adjustment he made of letting Rui guard Jokic and having AD kind of shadow him was perfect. So my thing is, how is Mike Malone now going to adjust for game 2? Will he go forward and make a change? And will he go forward? What change will he make? And what version of AD will we see? This AD, we're not going to get 40-10 AD or 40-20 AD, but if we can get a similar Anthony Davis, I think the Lakers have a really good chance of winning the series.
I do too. I do. I do. I don't think Anthony Davis has to go for 40 in order for them to win. I do not think that. No, I don't.
Right, and I don't think we'll ever get that horrible of production offensively from the guards. That was pretty bad, and that's what D-Lo. That's what they do. But the one thing I was very impressed with is that the Lakers were able to get their head of their snake in foul trouble. Jokic had 4. He almost had 5, but they took it away and they gave it to somebody. I think he get the 4th one. Jamal Murray had 5. Caldwell had 5. They had 5 fouls, so they was having a lot of problems. But when you're fighting uphill, it's just difficult, man. That's just a very difficult situation. Now, the thing with Denver that I'm curious about is they only have 2.5 people that can create shots. Everybody else is waiting for Jokic to get them open and waiting for Jokic to get their offense going. They got Jamal Murray that can create his own shot. Jokic create his own shot. And Bruce Brown, kind of. That's why I said 2.5. He kind of can create his own shot. If you don't let the other ones go and you just say, Jokic, you're going to have to score 80 points, which I don't think he'll be able to score 80 points. He just won't be able to score 80 points. And you keep down his rebounds and assists, exactly what you just said. That's the Phoenix. He had a 50-point triple-double and lost.
I don't think he was on the back. I don't think he was on the backboard that much. That's number one. Number two,
right.
Bruce Brown in transition, he was a lot better than he was in the half court. And I think that's where the difference was. D'Angelo Russell's ability to defend in transition. Just the Lakers on a whole. I thought they were bad defense. Yeah. I thought they were bad in their transition defense. That's what got the Lakers. I thought that's what got Denver going a lot. They got to be better in transition, because when I see guys like Bruce Brown attacking D'Angelo Russell in transition and getting and ones, that tells me that the pickup point got to be sooner. It has to be sooner.
Or build a wall. I was shocked to see AD wasn't running. I was like, come on now, AD. Yeah. On defense, I'm like, how was Jokic? He has the ball in his hand. You got to sprint. To build transition, you got to build a wall and then expand once everybody gets in their positions. But they didn't do that. I saw D'Angelo Russell just getting attacked like he was a piece of meat, and he was attacking him.
KB, did you tap in here?
No, I was just saying everything he's saying is right. But yeah, yesterday's game was really fun, and I think they just came out flat in the first quarter yesterday, and that's just a lot. I think that has to do with Darvin Ham's coaching. He was a assistant of Mike Budenholzer, and that's kind of been a Mike Budenholzer signature where whichever team he coaches in game one, they come off a bit flat, but they did very well yesterday. And like you said, they got in that hole. Once you get down 20, it's very hard to come back, especially when you're going up against a team like Denver. But it's going to be interesting to see how they play forward. But I'm really excited for the series.
What you got, my man?
Do y'all, Rob, KB, do you guys Alvaro, do y'all have any predictions on game 2?
So go ahead, Rob. My bad, I've been talking. Go ahead,
I think it's gonna be a close game, and then the Lakers going to put it off. To be honest.
Mm-hmm. And I might be looking at rose-colored glasses, but I'm looking through the stats, and I'm looking at how that game went, and I'm looking at quarters 2, 3, and 4. I'm looking at how Darvin Ham is trying to grow up as a coach. You guys got to realize he's a rookie coach, so he's trying to grow up. And I honestly think the Lakers.
Hold on, one more time, because I don't think nobody heard you. How many years does Darvin Ham have as a head coach in the NBA?
Man, he's a rookie coach.
I just got the job, yo. I just got the job. Can you give me a minute?
So check this out. I told my homeboy yesterday. I said, dude, for a rookie coach to have to go up against Memphis defense, Golden State's offense, and then turn around and go up against Denver's offense, that's a tough road. I was talking about this as being the toughest road to the championship. Forget LeBron. I'm talking about for a rookie coach. This is tough for a rookie coach.
So with the team with no experience.
Right. Looking at the pieces, Vando has some pretty good minutes. He got to get out of foul trouble. I think the Lakers are going to win by double digits. I really do. I think they're going to clean up some of the stuff, and I don't think Denver's going to play. All they got to do is dip 10%. If they dip down 10% and their others score their average or less, the Lakers beat them by double digits. That's how I'm feeling.
Fellas, well, it's appreciate y'all for jumping on.
Appreciate it.
Y'all stay around, man. Keep viewing. It's going to be a good episode. We only about halfway through.
Absolutely, fellas. Good to talk to y'all. 100%. Good to talk to you guys. No doubt. So, yeah.
Let me see. Adrian, Tim,
yo.
What's going on, y'all?
What's good, fellas?
What's good, Chill? Not much.
Okay, in effect, what up?
Yeah, I can hear you, D. Reed. Hey, Adrian, let me come straight to you real quick. I saw you say something in the private chat. Had something to do with Portland and Chicago and somebody owning somebody's picks. You care to elaborate on that?
So basically, Chicago owns Portland's picks, but it's lottery protected. That's why Portland has their pick this year. And that protection lasts for the next 10 years. It's a crazy level of ownership on that pick. So basically, Chicago's got a stranglehold on Portland. So they can't make any trades at all. And they can't make any pick trades, until they get those protections sorted out.
So real quick, because I'm confused. Maybe everybody isn't. Let me get a little. Let me show you this out. How does that work? They can't trade the pick at all because Chicago owns it.
They can trade the pick this year, but it has to be at the draft day. The way it works is like if they want to trade any future picks, they can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it might be Chicago's.
Well, they don't belong to you. You can't trade something.
But what they can do is they can trade something to Chicago to remove the protections if they want to get back. If they want to basically make any trades, that's what they got to do. They got to figure out what they want to do with that pick.
Well, this pick right here, this pick right here in particular doesn't count because it's lottery protected, so we can do whatever we want with this one.
This one, they're good.
But moving forward, so let's say this was next year, and Denver, Portland ended up with, I don't know, the 15th pick, or they ended up making the playoffs and they got the 17th pick. No, they can't trade that pick because that's ours.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they can't move off of it.
Got it.
And that's also
go ahead.
Pick. It's probably going to have to be just that pick and a player.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot trade any of their future assets.
Nuh-uh, because they don't belong to you.
Exactly.
Right.
Unless it's with Chicago. That's the only team where it's a bit different.
Right.
They own the pick.
You can't give something that belonged to us away. You could give something that belonged to us to me. That works.
Is Chicago interested in this third pick though, Tim? Is Chicago looking at this third pick like, hey, we'll take that. Y'all can have Zach LaVine or what?
That's a possibility. I think there was talks about Brandon Miller talking to Chicago. He said he spoke to a couple of teams. He spoke to 4 teams, and one of them was Chicago. So maybe I don't know how the draft lottery would work out, but if Brandon Miller is there at 3, maybe Chicago goes for him.
Well, here's the thing: when you get a pick that's lottery protected, that means when I get a pick I made a trade with you, and I'm giving you my first round pick next year. That's lottery protected. That means that if I'm in the lottery, or if it's top 5 protected, that means that if it's top 5 protected, I don't have to give it to you. Not only do I not have to give it to you, I don't have to worry about what I do with it is not your concern.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, in this particular draft, the fact that Portland has the number 3 pick, whatever they do with it, that has nothing to do with Portland because it's lottery protected. Now, if Portland ended up making the playoffs and they had the 17th pick, and they decided to trade that pick, they could only trade it to Chicago because it doesn't belong to them, and they can only deal with Chicago.
I think what they're saying is that they don't know if they want to keep the pick this year. They don't. Yeah. So if they don't want to keep the pick this year, but they also want to build around Dame.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't agree that's the way that they should go, but if they choose that direction,
the
only reason why they might want to trade it to Chicago is that you can potentially just trade the 3rd pick and get all of your protections off the pick, so you can actually make more trades.
We could do that. Mm-hmm. We could do that.
Yeah.
It's basically summing up. It's basically squaring a debt right here. That's what we basically doing. We could square this debt right here, as opposed to I'm still making payments on it. As opposed to you can take this pick and you can take the protection off of it, and we're square.
And the reason why Portland might even do that as well is because they might only see 2 prospects in the draft that they really like. And if they're both off the board at 3, it
doesn't make any sense for us to keep the pick. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, D Reed?
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What up?
What you got for us, brother?
Y'all pretty much touched on, as far as the changes for game 2 and everything. For me, as good as a game Bron had offensively, like overall, I felt like he had a bad game. Them 8 turnovers he had, like I feel like that contributed to the run Denver went on in the first and second quarter. And
what was that D Reed in the first? I think it was the second quarter when he just threw the ball in the middle of the floor. What you doing, yo?
Like it was one. You remember the play? He threw the ball up to Lonnie Walker, and it was no chance.
Threw it in the. I'm like, what are you doing, B?
Yeah, the numbers look good as far as triple double wise, but overall, I feel like he played a horrible game. And with the amount of switching that they was doing and the amount of times he had Jamal Murray on him, like I like the post-ups, but I wanted to see more pick and roll off of that with him and AD. Involve both of them in that pick and roll. They was in foul trouble. They should have kept attacking him. I feel like Jokic off the court, you know what I'm saying? That's where the Lakers made they run, you know what I'm saying? But with Jokic in it, they kind of played them to a standstill for real.
Now, me and Big Ox talked about this earlier. The issue that I have with that is I really dug James putting Jamal Murray on the box and punishing him. and punishing him because at the end of the game, he had worn him down. Not only did he wear him down, you saw pick and roll action with James and I believe it was Schroeder. I believe it was in the fourth quarter with Schroeder. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I thought it was funny, man. When you had pick and roll action between James and Schroeder, and they were trying to get Jamal Murray on the switch, and they ended up getting Jamal Murray on the switch, and he's screaming at Gordon, "Come back over here, get back over here,
don't leave me over here."
Yeah, get back over here so I don't have to cover this dude. Because as soon as he did that, the first thing James did was he turned his back and he dragged him right down to the basket. And when he's punishing him like that, that wears on Jamal Murray, and that affected his offense late. So I can appreciate it from that aspect. I
think the big thing that
go ahead, bro.
Sorry, the caller from beforehand was talking about the Lakers. You know, there's a lot of good things that the Lakers can take into Game 2, but there's just something about this. I think the one problem we are underestimating is just how versatile this Denver team is. So yes, I can see Lakers taking Game 2, but I could also see Denver just blowing out the Lakers in Game 2 as well. Because I think what we're underestimating is, yes, Darvin Ham's made that adjustment, but we are assuming that Denver aren't going to make any adjustments to that adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a chess match now, right? And I understood why he did it, but now the Lakers may have shown their hand a little bit, and that gives Denver an opportunity to look at that and be like, you know what, we can change the way we're involving MPJ and Aaron Gordon in this offense. Maybe we can get Davis to come out on the paint and get Joker to make some more plays, and maybe get him off the rim and make some plays on the backcourt, and maybe they can expose that defense they were trying to play in the fourth quarter. That's something which people aren't talking about. And people don't forget, Michael Porter Jr. is a hell of a basketball player. He's going to have one game where he's just going to go off because the Lakers cannot guard him. I was watching some of the possessions. They were having Austin Reeves guard him. He was getting cooked.
Yeah, which I didn't understand. Like, why are they starting off? Like, it looked like when the game first started, I believe MPJ scored like 3 straight possessions on Austin Reeves. Like, the dude is 6'10". Like Austin Reeves could not guard him. I didn't understand that.
I don't know. I'm in the minority with y'all dudes with the MPJ. I don't love it. He a long ball shooter. That's what he is. So if I'm gonna live with him shooting the long ball all night, I'm cool with that.
He don't
do much. Because he don't do. For me, he doesn't do much else. He does not do much.
He
had 10 rebounds last night. But if you just look at the stat sheet, it looks good. But when you get later into the game, that's all he does is shoot the long ball. He doesn't do anything else. That's it. He doesn't guard.
And
he was hitting though, Jailtown. Like,
and you know what? I'm gonna for somebody like him, I'll live with that. I will live with that. With him,
I would rather live with Aaron.
Okay, but you can't let his first. You can't let his first 2 shots be open corner threes.
No, right? That's different. That's different.
You know what I'm saying? Like to start off the game.
What I mean when I say that, D, is that if I'm gonna live with him hitting shots with a hand in his face with pressure. Now, if he's butt naked. No, I'm not. We can't have that. If he's wide open, we got to make an adjustment. But if he's making shots where he's 22, 23 feet away from the basket, and Austin Reeves at least got a hand in his face, I'll live with that. Because what I want to see now is I want to see you make this late in the game. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm. And now I got a question for you about D'Lo. I was reading on Twitter, and Bruce Brown said that the game plan was to attack D'Lo on every single possession.
Absolutely, go after him. Don't let him off the hook.
What? How do you think Darvin Ham can hide him? Because I don't know if he can hide him.
The only way this works is D'Angelo Russell, and me and Ox had this conversation. The Lakers got a bunch of one-dimensional guys who, if they're not doing what they know how to do, they're useless. So D'Angelo Russell is one of those guys where if he's not making shots, there's no reason for him to be on the floor. Because he doesn't do anything else. He doesn't. In terms of a playmaker, he'll get off the basketball, but that isn't enough to keep him off the floor because defensively they go after him. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at the least bit that the scouting report is whenever he's in front of you, go after him. I'm not surprised about that.
And that's what it was. And that was crazy because it seemed like every time Murray or Bruce Brown had the ball in transition, they was looking at D'Lo. Oh, this is barbecue chicken.
And we can't go zone against them because you got zone busters in MPJ, Joker, Jamal Murray. We can't go zone. Right.
Those get many open shots.
And the piggyback off of that, like if D'Lo is playing bad, that means the ball is in Brian hand more. And we saw what happened when he's dominating the ball all game.
Yeah.
And he had to get him back in the game. 8 turnovers, they got back in the game. But like I said, if it's 4 turnovers instead of 8, like the way the last 3 minutes went, the way they was cutting down on the lead, Austin Reeves 3, stop. That last possession, I would have liked to see Brian attack free throws or a layup.
Yeah, he had
dump off to AD, and that way it's 128, 129. 45 seconds left. Now it comes down to one stop, and you got the last possession for him to shoot that. I know his legs was tired. Everybody knew his legs was tired. They just came back down from 22.
Man,
battle all the way back and high altitude, like. Man, I was not happy with that shot.
I thought nobody was.
I wasn't either. I thought you, especially the 3 that he took when they were down by 3 with 2 minutes. We could have got something better than that.
Yeah,
not that man. Because it's a double-edged sword, fellas. And the reason why I say that is because if he hits that shot, that breaks Denver's back. It's basically what Jimmy Butler missed against Boston last year. If he makes that shot, right? If he makes that shot, boom. We right back in. Not only do we have a tie ball game, but we also got these dudes in a chokehold. But James didn't have 8 turnovers yesterday. The Lakers as a team only had 7 turnovers. They took care of the basketball really well. Yeah. The difference is when the turnovers were. That was the difference.
100%, man.
Yeah.
But what do we know about this Lakers team, Chill? What do we know about this Lakers team, Chill? They're inconsistent, bro.
100%. 100%.
Inconsistent. One game they'll have a great game. The next game. All the players you look at, they're like, AD, what happened to you?
It's really D'Lo and AD.
They cannot play consistently.
If D'Lo and AD play well, more than likely we win. If D'Lo doesn't play well, we lose. Just plain and simple.
Yeah,
facts.
So just before we set off, man, what do you guys think about the game today, the Heat versus Celtics, man? How are you guys feeling about that?
We're about to get into that.
Yeah, we're actually about to get into that in a second. My guy. That's a great question, though. We definitely won't leave y'all without talking about some of that. Yep. But we do appreciate y'all for jumping in. Appreciate y'all for showing love and being a viewer and all that. Mm-hmm. Y'all stick around though.
Yep. Hang tight. Still got some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. Let me check out a couple of these super chats. As y'all know, the super chats run the show. We did. Hold on a second. Okay, got you. We got one right here from JNYC.
In the house.
Salute to Unc from the BX.
From the boogie down. What's up, brother? I got people in Bedford Park. What's up, Bronx?
This one is hilarious from FIFA Boy. Leaf swore Utah would get the #1 pick all year. Goofy. Oh, man. Hey, Leaf, where you at, bro? You ain't in the lobby or nothing? How you going to defend yourself when you ain't even here? That's crazy. Leaf not going to show up today? Oh,
I think Utah got the 9th pick, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's crazy. I just noticed that. Usually Leaf would be here.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Yes, he would.
Now that pick isn't coming true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay, one more super chat. We're gonna get back in the lobby. The Tribe won. The slander is crazy, Chill. MPJ is not inconsistent. His touches are inconsistent. Stop blaming him for what he can't control. They have Jokic and Murray.
I ain't blaming him for anything. I'm saying I watch his game and I know who he is. It's nothing to do with him being inconsistent. I watch his game, and MPJ is a primary long ball shooter. That's who he is. He's not a guy that's going to take you off the dribble. He doesn't have stop and pop. He's not going to do any of that stuff offensively. Defensively, he's average at best. At best, he's average. So I'm not saying anything ridiculous about him. No.
Hold on. Speaking of
the devil.
Hold on. Time out.
I heard somebody, I got a bug him. Somebody hit up my phone. They was like, yo, Leaf, bro, yo, they getting at you on the chill show. I'm like, word? I'm like, yo, hold on. I just got
faith in you whole time. I knew you wasn't ducking no smoke.
Oh no, not at all. I'm gonna just tell you straight up. The NBA lottery draft, the NBA draft lottery last night absolutely sucked. It absolutely stunk from beginning to end. Listen, Utah was the best solution, and I'm gonna tell you why. They just lost Rudy, who introduced us to Victor in the first place. The first video you ever seen on YouTube had Rudy Gobert and Vic going at him one-on-one. That was the first video you ever seen. That's one. Two, it was one of the best fits for him, and everybody keep telling me, "Oh, yo, it's just that's not a fan base for the French," and I understand that, but Rudy wasn't treated that bad out there, as far as I know.
No, they loved him out there. They loved Rudy out there.
They loved Rudy out there. So my thing is, you was basically getting Rudy back with a Kevin Durant bag. It was perfect. I'm looking at this San Antonio Spurs roster, and Pop is about to walk out the door. I'm like, you just basically sent this man to NBA Siberia. Like, come on, man. What's going on here?
No. He's not
NBA Siberia. What's over there? What's over there?
Well, once again, why are you worried about what's over there right now? We're talking about an 18-year-old kid. We're going to build this unit around him, and we got plenty of time to do that. Why are we in a rush right now to win? See, what you get yourself wrapped up in, Lee, is you get yourself wrapped up in history. Like, for example, what they did with Tim Duncan. You're leaving out the fact that David Robinson was already on the crew. Sean Elliott was already on the crew. So that crew was already made like that. Even though before they got him, when they had David Robinson, there's a reason why they had the number one pick overall, because they was garbage. Now you got this kid. Now you got this kid in Wembayama. They're going to build that unit around him. And there's no reason to believe that this thing has to happen now. You know why? Because it didn't have to happen. It didn't have to happen immediately in Cleveland when they won 15 games the year before they got James. So they're going to build that unit around him, and they're going to get better. And he just put 5. I think he put 5 more years on Pop's life. Yes, he did. Because I think he
put 5 more years. Okay, before that, Pop was out the door.
Yeah, he was on his way out. He was gone.
And we're not sure what Pop is gonna do if he gonna stay going after he going to Hall of Fame this summer, or he gonna come back. We don't know what's gonna happen. That's the uncertainty of it.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
I listen. We gotta see. My thing is, the thing about Utah is perfect because now you allow him to groom around a good source of not just young players but vets like Clarkson. Rudy Gay was on that team, another vet. Mm-hmm. You already got good rim protection, so he don't have to play the center. It's perfect in terms of lineup. It's perfect in terms of that, man. And they had another pick. I'm guessing that other pick that they got from Minnesota wasn't a lottery pick because it wasn't top 14 as well. But to me, Utah was perfect for him. It was just a perfect scenario. San Antonio, I understand why he went there because San Antonio got the French fan base because of Tony Parker. I understand that. But to me, Utah just seemed like the perfect solution just in terms of fit. I thought they was going to treat this situation like a Tim Duncan situation where they where they was going to penalize they was going to penalize the teams that was tanking and then reward the team that was actually competing, and then this so happened to be at the bottom of the standings. That's what I assume, but you know, the NBA has something else in mind. I just got to get over it. It is what it is.
All right, hold on. The couple things you mentioned, Lee. Jordan Clarkson and Rudy Gay are not necessarily the vets I want a guy like Victor Wembanyama under. I think in the Spurs, you got Greg Popovich, who we said this earlier on J-Rob Stream. Shout out J-Rob Stream. He's going to call in Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's going to be spending a lot of time with Victor, teaching him how to be a pro, teaching some of his moves. You know,
Tim don't want to come back.
To be a pro in the NBA. With Victor, I'm telling you, Greg Popovich right now might be thinking he wants to leave out on top. He might be thinking in 5 years he might be able to get a ring and then retire after the ring.
Pop one out now, bro.
I'm saying if Victor's going to be the guy who everyone thinks he is, he's going to be a guy that's going to be able to lead you to a championship. You put the right piece around him. I would not be surprised to see the San Antonio Spurs in the finals within 5-6 years.
I'm blaming SB for this, bro, because I don't got nobody else.
Why you fighting that? He's a franchise player.
Yeah, franchise player.
He's a franchise player. Why are you fighting
that? But here's the thing. We don't know. No. We don't know if he's gonna last that long. The thing about these 7'4" tall dudes, bro, like they career, but you notice on average, their career is probably between 6 to 8 years.
Okay.
We don't know if he's gonna last that long, man.
Okay, so he said in 5 years.
I think Utah was perfect.
Do we got proof for that? Because that's a stat you just threw out, Leaf. And I don't
just throw that shit out there, bro.
Did I just throw it out there?
That's not scientific.
Did I really? Did I really just throw it out there?
Bro, there's short guys. There's short guys in the NBA who have been injured a lot.
Leaf, hold on. Relax, brother. What I'm saying is, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm saying without me getting some evidence on that, I can't just let you rock with that.
I'm gonna just send you a video. I'm gonna send you a video.
No disrespect, but this ain't open gym.
Okay.
I need you to back that up with proof.
Back it up with proof. All right. The tallest player that played the most years in the NBA was Rick Smits. Tell me, am I wrong, Chilltown?
Rick Smits.
How many years Rick Smits played?
Rick Smits played at least.
So Rick Smits came in '88.
Ain't Boban still in the NBA?
I think he played 12 years.
He played about 12 years.
I think he played 12 years.
Exactly.
George Marathon played a lot of years. Yao Ming played 10 years.
Yao Ming played 8.
I'm sorry, 8 years. Yao Ming played 8 years, not 8.
I mean, Shaq played a ton. He's still 7.
Yep. Shaq played 19 years.
Shaq is not in that round because he ain't over 7'3".
7'2".
Well, you ain't say that at first. You just said tall.
No.
You put a height limit on it originally.
I mean,
there is a height limit on it.
Right.
There is a height limit on it.
Jabal played 20 years. I mean,
he was 7'2".
OG, I've been trying to catch up with you though. What did I tell you about that Celtics and Sixers game 7? What did I say on your live stream? What did I say? Just say what I said. Say what I told you.
That they was going to blow them out.
I told you.
I knew everybody knew they was going to blow them out. The Sixers.
I didn't think that. I didn't think they were going to blow them out. I didn't think they were going to mop the floor.
After everything you told us about James Harden, you didn't think that was going to be a blowout.
I didn't think they was going to blow. I thought they would beat them. It's a difference between beating them and just they was waiting outside for them. Like, come on here and get this ass whooped.
Showtown. How many game 7s in Boston have you seen in your life?
Plenty.
How many of them was ass whoopings?
Not many.
Not many.
Not many.
I can give you some counts.
I gotta go with the good old saying. You know this one. If somebody show you who they are,
believe them.
Believe them.
And then also this we gotta understand.
Now you're gonna go run to the desert and hope for a new outcome.
He ain't doing that, yo.
Go back and get the club and throw that money. But these some people gotta realize, bro. The reason I said I knew they was gonna lose, that game 6 mentally shook them. This is not NBA 2K. This ain't the box score where you just think somebody gonna play. We all human beings. Once that game 6 happened and they choked that game, they was mentally shook. They were done. They knew once they got the ball, so they was already packing to go back to Philly. They was ready to go. James Harden already declared this player option, and Embiid already looked at his fraud as MVP. Doc knew he was already fired. They were just like, we just here just to get our paycheck and we going home. That's it. That's all that happened.
That's what it sounded like to me. And to add on to that, the Joel exit interview, it sounds to me just twice, if not as worse than the Giannis exit interview to me, in my personal opinion, because you go out there and you lay that type of egg in that game 7. To me, he about to be on the same type. He going in the same type of direction as James Harden, and when it comes to playoff performances.
What MVP y'all know never had a conference finals appearance? Because now he on the clock now because he got the MVP.
None that I remember.
Actually, every MVP at least made the conference finals.
And Joker was in the conference finals in the NIT Invitational before he ever won MVP.
Yep.
All that Embiid better than Jokic stock is dead. All that Embiid better than Jokic ain't nobody in the world can ever say that.
I can't be up here too long. I just was on a stream for 3+ hours. But Ron fired me on my off day from the panel, I guess. So because of that, I came to you, OG, just so I could tell you. I told you what was going to happen to them boys in 6 games. And the script is already lined up for Lake Show versus Celtics. And I just want you to know, if y'all talk about the Nuggets, there's no adjustment that they can make to handle what is coming for them.
You got that from me. You got that from me, J. Rob.
And said it on my stream.
Yeah, I know. I know. I said it on your stream, bro. But listen, and now
come on the stream, bro. You always gotta dominate a fucking conversation.
You could not.
I'm bad.
You can't spit. You can't spit.
They was calling me out. They called my name. Now I gotta shout.
You can't spit a freestyle in my cipher and then get mad when I take the round.
I mean, but if you call me out, I gotta show up. I'm like, y'all heard my name get called. I'm like, yo,
Leaf got the affinity debate gauntlet. Then he got
like, yo, they was like, yo,
ain't no stopping Leaf.
They was like, yo, Leaf, they calling you out.
Take it easy, J-Rob.
Anyway, as you were saying, J-Rob, keep going.
No, I was just going to say that I told y'all so about the Lakers. All y'all in here. Y'all have to see me. Y'all lucky that Ron saved y'all from me. It would have been awful. Lowe is a fake Lakers fan. He cares more about He cares more about this. He cares more about Lowe. Cares more about a Jokic ring.
Must be
exactly. I thought he was. He cares more about a Jokic ring than he does about his own team.
Yes,
that's one. Two, I cannot wait. I want y'all to know that first game was very telling of what's about to happen. And Joe Mazzulla, you are in for a dogfight coaching. Bring your clipboard and hard hat because Coach Spo got a plan for you.
Heat and six.
So I like that.
I wouldn't even be shocked. I wouldn't even be shocked, bro.
I wouldn't even
be shocked.
Hold on. Keep going, J-Rob.
I think this is a 7-game series no matter what. I think it's going to come to that last game. It's going to be a Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum war of attrition for the chance to go to the finals. And we're going to see which coach masterminds the best plan to get them there. And with that being said, I think we are in for a great playoffs conference finals. And AD is about to have that Magic Johnson trophy in his office. So
Western Conference.
Be easy, J-Rob. We'll see you, J-Rob, before you leave, though, don't come on here talking like 3 hours is a long stream. You ain't never heard of the graveyard shift?
And by the way, right before you go, J-Rob, I am in the minority. I know I'm in the minority when I say I'm glad to see the Golden State Warriors gone. I'm glad.
We all I'm glad.
It sounds like you said there was a hate in your heart, OG.
I'm glad too.
I'm
glad too. But not at the expense of what happened to him. Right? They could have been gone 2 rounds ago. Bobby know what I'm talking about. They could have been gone 2 rounds ago, bro. Like that's what I'm gonna say on that.
They should have been gone in round 1.
Yes, they should have been gone.
Experience got them. We can keep it a buck. Experience got them.
And to everybody in the chat, bro, how many damn Magic and Bird finals commercials y'all need to see before y'all realize that the Lakers and Celtics are gonna be at the end of this thing anyway, bro? How many of them y'all need to see?
The 2 deepest teams.
Chilltown had every intention. Chilltown had every intention on trolling me today because I seen it on his face. He was just like, "Yo, we can't wait to get Leaf up here." Oh yeah.
No, I wasn't. No, I was not.
Hey, but look though, Leaf. Hey, Leaf. I got to start making some rotations. I'll pull the SB up late. I'm gonna move you out, Leaf. Hopefully, I'll catch up with you later on.
Everybody wanted to see me anyway, man. I'm like, all right, it's fine.
Be easy, Big Leaf. Be easy, fam.
Take it easy.
Appreciate you, fam. Hey,
I want to talk about.
No way Utah was getting that number 1 pick.
Hey, what was dude talking about? Crazy. What was dude? Because I literally, it's funny. I came in when the Bulls conversation. So what are you talking about the Bulls? What trade did we make this? Yeah, he got to turn his YouTube down. Yeah, he said we own Portland pick. What trade did we make to get Portland pick? I don't remember that.
I have no clue. What pick was it? What number pick was it?
He said this pick we own a pick. So some dude was on here talking about saying that
you own the 3rd overall pick.
I don't think he said no. It was lottery protected.
It was Portland. It's Portland's pick. Portland's picks. I guess somehow Chicago owns it. I don't know the ins and outs.
I don't remember what trade we did with Portland.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't think they trade a lottery. Like it would have been protected. Maybe it would have been top 10 protectors. Probably. So I think Portland's keeping it.
So Richmond's in the top 3 because I love to hit the school.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I would
love. We need him, but
a couple things. I mean, I guess with the draft. I mean, there's no way Portland has to trade that pick. I think that you got to move on from Lillard at this point. You're getting a guy. You're probably going to draft a guy 18, 19 years old. Lillard is 32 years old. It's just time to move off Lillard. You're not going to build trading that 3rd overall pick. I don't think is going to get you a piece necessarily to get you over the top, right? Over the next few, and you only have a 3-year window with Lillard left. 35,
who's gonna take that contract? Who do you think gonna take that contract?
Though, I don't think. I mean, somebody who's in win now. So maybe a Philly. Maybe who's gonna win that team? Philly, Miami for sure. Miami.
You think Milwaukee will make that move? Get rid of Drew Holiday.
Yeah, a team a team with a 3-year window. A team with a 3-year window right now. Right? Those are the only teams you can really trade him to. I think
LA don't have the money to make that move.
Yeah,
LA don't have the money, right?
Yeah, LA would be tough. So I think that's. they gotta make a move though. I think you got to build around Simon, Sharp, and the number 3 pick, whoever you get, whether it's Millen or Scoot Henderson if he drops to 3. But keeping Lillard just would be a mistake. I think they trading that pick.
So if you remember, SB, now that it's coming back to me, and I just did some homework. Remember Derek Jones was on your crew?
Yes.
Well, he was part of that 3-trade. He was part of that 3-team deal with Lauri Markkanen in Cleveland, and Lauri Markkanen in Cleveland, Derek Jones to Portland, and who am I thinking about? Somebody, and y'all got back somebody else, and then it ended up being a first-round pick. That's what I remember. That's where that came from.
Because Derek Jones been bouncing around a little bit, so it's hard to remember where he was at.
I knew if anybody would figure it out. I knew you would figure it out.
Because I didn't remember it. Because I'm like, for a first round pick, you usually think like it got to be a name that has to be.
And I love Derek Jones. I don't like Derek. I love Derek Jones. He's down here in South Beach. I love Derek Jones. He was awesome.
Hey, fellas, one second, fellas. Usually I don't read super chats when we got the groups up here, but the GOAT Angie Carr has directed this one, and I must pull it up. Hey, Jalen, I hope you didn't wear that jacket last night. What's y'all's thoughts on Ben Simmons trolling the Sixers on IG?
I wear that jacket.
Jalen, did you wear that jacket?
No, that's a suit coat I wear to like work, to a wedding. That's like a wedding suit you wear. You know what I'm saying? Got LeBron James in the line-ins. We take out the jacket. We goated out here, baby. We let him goated. But I mean, Ben Simmons trolling. I mean, hey, that's Ben Simmons troll. I mean, is he one to really troll when he's played really bad? I think it's a little weird when you're that type of guy trolling. But I mean, I mean, to harp on the Lakers game though, if we want to talk about that, I think everyone today is talking about adjustments that team needs to make. We saw what the Lakers adjustment made in the fourth. You know, Rui, you know, having AD as that roamer, you know, which frees him up to not only contest Jokic's shots, but get into passing lanes, affect the passing lanes for Jokic, which is why the fourth quarter Jokic had a couple careless turnovers because AD was able to affect that. But the thing with Denver is I don't think they have a lot of adjustments to make because their personnel doesn't allow it. They're so reliant on Jokic. Like we were talking about earlier in the other stream, the Denver offensive rating 124 league high with Jokic, without drops like 94, one of the all-time worst. So when you're so dependent on him, you can't afford to take him out 8 to 10 minutes a game. He has to play 40, 43 minutes every game. There's no taking him out of the game. That Denver offense was lost. And the people were mentioning give Thomas Bryant minutes. You put Thomas Bryant with Jokic, they're playing them together. You already know that's easy work for the Lakers, just to get him on the pick and roll. Thomas Bryant on the pick and roll and Jokic, two guys who can't play defensive big man, they're going to get cooked. Not even the guards on the pick and roll.
But also, though, I also like to say that the Lakers cannot afford to play small like they did in the beginning because like Jokic dominated and his presence was felt early. Yeah. And when you do that, I know the Lakers trying to we're going to go small to play fast. Denver plays fast with Jokic in the game. So it's like you might as well just equal the size of you were about Vanderbilt offense, but you need that defense out there. And is it crazy, y'all? I got a question for y'all. Is Jokic the first player that we've seen that is like it hurts you to actually double team him because he can make that pass?
Do not.
I ain't never seen that before. It was like I was watching. I'm like, bro, this is real life getting ridiculous. Where you just have to say, I'm going to play him 1-on-1.
Well, number one, like you just mentioned about when Joker comes off the floor offensively, how much they suffer. That entire offense is built around Joker. And it's not just built around Joker scoring, it's built around his entire skill set. He's responsible. He's responsible for everybody else's offense. They cut, they get to the basket, his ability to pass, his ability to score. Like you just mentioned, they play fast with Joker on the floor. The reason why they play fast with Joker on the floor, because he rebounds and he speeds the game up. Plus, he's running. So everything that they do offensively, not just defensively, but offensively, is built around Joker. So when he's off the floor, they suffer because, all right, now what do we do? Who else is going to make up for that? That's the difficult part with them. And I think the Lakers can exploit that.
100% Lakers.
And I also think, real quick, that it was good from Darvin Ham that whenever Joker went out, AD went out. When Joker came back in, get AD back in there.
Yeah, that was smart.
Right. I think it's never a hard job.
As being Jalen, I appreciate y'all stopping. I got to keep moving.
Hey, Jalen, real quick, don't forget 1992 Jordan.
We're still working on it. We're still working on it. We're finishing that Jordan. Check them out. We're going to talk. When I finish it, we're going to talk. When I finish it, we're going to talk.
Salute.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, Breezy. B, y'all here?
Yeah, we here.
What up?
Yeah, what up, Shell? What up, big guy?
What up?
Few things, man. One, I checked. I found out the Kings was the oldest NBA team. I don't know how true that is. Two, I was actually listening to what y'all was saying, and I think the pimp named Slickback said that something about a third pick. And just listening to this show, and I heard y'all talk about Magic Johnson, so I went and seen his draft year. It was 79, right? And I seen the third pick was Bill Cartwright. I was like, oh, he's trash. So I went. Bill Cartwright wasn't trash. He was nice.
Yes.
That's my fault. My fault. I thought he was trash.
Hold on. Hey, you got this playing in something else?
You said what?
You got an echo.
Yeah.
Oh nah, I probably is where I'm at. It's probably because I'm at work. The audio bad.
It was just an echo.
Yeah, what about now?
Somebody else talks.
It's an echo now, sir.
Real quick before you go, just so you know, Cincinnati. So the Sacramento Kings, that was the Cincinnati Royals who moved to Kansas City, who moved to Sacramento. That was in the 50s. So just so you know.
Oh, copy. I still got an echo?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm gonna have to scoot you to the back, Brizzy. Yeah. Appreciate you though, fam. If you can fix it, jump back in though.
Yep.
Primo, what's good? You there?
What up?
Almost left the show.
What's up, y'all? What y'all got for us?
What's up, Chill?
What up?
What's the big ox?
Salute. Go ahead, Primo. Go ahead.
No, I would go ahead.
All right. No, but yeah, just to continue with the I don't know how you guys want to do it, but let's do both games. Lakers.
Go ahead and move into Miami. Miami and Boston. That's what we need to be right now.
Say less. So I agree with all you guys. Obviously, Himmy is him. Himothy Butler, Himmy Jordan, whatever you want to go, whatever moniker he goes by, he's him. However, he doesn't have the running mates. He doesn't have enough of the shot creators that he needs besides him to do so. Unfortunately, fortunately for Boston, they have a deep bench and they have enough capable shot makers on top of shooters to nullify just the supreme shooting of Miami. So Miami is going to rely on the shot creation of Jimmy Butler as well as the shooting of the whole team, right? But however, I think Boston has enough firepower. They have enough bodies to make the appropriate adjustments. Now, is Joe the cockeyed bandit gonna make those adjustments? I don't know. Chill, because we know Mozzarella is on fraud alert. We don't know what is he gonna do, bro. He can't see what's going on the court. He looks at the court different ways, right? But anyways, I'm just joking around. But to make the point, I think Jimmy can get you one game. I think the shooting can get you another game. I'm not gonna ride with Jay. I think 7 might be a stretch. I think you're gonna need some elite shooting to carry over, but I think it's gonna be Celtics in 6. I think it's gonna be too much talent. And I think Jaylen Brown is gonna have to say he's gonna show up too. To say it's just gonna be Tatum and Butler. You think Jaylen Brown, who he is, you think he's gonna just sit down and let it just be pedestrian? No.
Y'all dudes is in the minority. I'm in the minority. I got them serving Miami in 5 games. I got them straight serve. I got them serving.
I don't think that's crazy though, Chill.
I do. I got them serving Miami in 5 games. I got
Celtics in 6. But you think it's just gonna be a slaughter?
I think they serve these dudes in 5 games. Yes, I do. Because I think you're dealing with a different unit. Not only are you dealing with a different unit, I think the rotation is better this year than it was last year. With Derek White, with Malcolm Brogdon, with Williams. I think the rotation is better this year with the kid from Oklahoma City, who I think is going to get some run. And I think he's going to get some run. I think you got a different rotation. The difference in this series is exactly who you just said, the coaching. Because in terms of a talent standpoint, I think they should serve Miami in 5 games.
Yeah.
And I think
who's the kid from OKC?
What is it? I wanted some damn, why can't I say his name? Not Mazzola,
Mike Muscala.
Muscala, that's what
Muscala. The shooter.
He is who what's his name from Atlanta that came down. He is who he was supposed to be. Gallinari. That's who he was supposed to be. That's
Gallo. Yeah.
That's who he was supposed to be. I mean, that's who he is.
So I think I agree with you. I just and let everybody else go, but I agree with that point. I just think that Kyle Lowry, I think although he might get neutralized by Brogdon and Derek White, I think he might be able to make some, some crafty veteran plays and, hit some timely shots that might get a game here and there. You know what I mean? And that's what I think. Spo is such a great designer of plays and sets to get these guys open and get them confidence. So yeah, I think
the reason why you said that is because you saw what the Knicks didn't take advantage of. You saw what Milwaukee didn't take advantage of. If you notice, Kyle Lowry is on one leg. Brogdon is going after him.
Yeah, he is.
Brogdon is going to go after him. Brogdon is not going to let him off the hook.
No, he is. He is, Primo.
And Brogdon is going to go after him.
Right up under me. Right up under me. Guts, you here, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
What up?
Okay. What's up, man? How you feel about this one? How's this one gonna go?
Are we talking about the game that's coming up?
Yeah, we're talking Miami and Boston.
Easy,
right
bro.
now.
Boston, man. It's too much firepower in Boston, bro.
Certainly is.
You a Laker guy or you a Denver guy?
I'm a Dallas guy, so I'm gonna go with another European now. So we're going Nuggets. Nuggets in 6 or 5. That's it, man.
What the? My fault. My fault.
You want to know something?
I'm about to have a leaf moment. I gotta relax.
I think this could be the best. I think this could be the best the Nuggets go play. I think it's gonna be the best. The game we.
I mean, if it gets better than that, damn, can the Lakers even win a game? I mean, I don't. If it gets better than what I saw last night, so if it gets better than that,
and chill. I haven't seen the most luckiest shots. That was the most luckiest shots I ever seen in my life.
Jamal Murray hitting shots and Joker hitting. AD looking at him like, what the hell?
Sidestep threes.
Well, hold on, though, y'all. We taught to get it up, shoot it high, finish high, flick your wrist. If it goes in, that ain't luck.
Big Ox.
That's what we do.
Joker shoot that shot 10 times.
They're straight in their face. LeBron, AD,
that moment right now.
I think the Nuggets could have also played better defense. So it's not like the Nuggets don't have any what are they called, adjustments to make.
Right.
There's plenty of
them. No, they don't.
So they do.
Yeah, they do. Yes,
they do.
They don't have the personnel to do so.
They do have the personnel.
Adjustments. What was okay?
Low already laid them out, bro. Low already laid them out, and the basic one that they could do is not the switches, just spam the switches everywhere.
Like that. I'm listening to Low. You think I'm listening to Low? Are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me?
Context. Y'all telling me that Low, in fact, doesn't know?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the personal issue, bro. That's not my issue.
He got a whole show called Low Knows. Y'all telling me that he doesn't know?
Loda told me plenty things that it wasn't right. Go watch the tape.
I actually came on here to ask a question that's not really related to the playoffs.
What's up, brother? What's going on?
So you're a veteran of basketball, right? And I wanted your opinion. So Nikola Jokic in 2020 was pretty heavy. He was very big. So since then he dropped 20 pounds, and he got the 2 MVPs.
I think he's down to like 35 pounds.
Right. So he got the 2 MVPs after that. Took his game to a whole nother level. Then we got Luka. You know, the year before he came in fat. Then he got, a little less fat. And then this year he came a little chubby, but over the season he got even more chubby. So I want your opinion on how much weight gain actually impacts the way that you play ball during the season, or as the season is going on. Because I feel like people don't think it's a big deal.
I want you to remember. I think it was 2019. It was recent. It was in like the last 5 years. It was a stretch during the season where Draymond had basically dropped 25 pounds, and in the process of him doing that, his game went up. There are certain guys who play at a certain weight, and that's where they're the most effective. Now, when you are a guy like Joker is more lean now. And because Joker is more lean, Joker can play faster. He can rebound more. He's more agile. When Joker was heavier like he was, well, number one, he can't run as much as he used to because that's a lot on him, right? Not only is that a lot on him, that's a lot on his game. So now he's leaner. Now he's more in shape. He can play faster. He's got more endurance. Plus, playing in that thin air up in Denver, that adds to that. So you have a specific weight that you play at. Pat Riley has what's called a weight restriction in contracts with guys. He had that with Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway had a $500,000 clause in his contract that he had to play at 190. If he played at 190, he got an extra $500,000. Shaq had to play at a certain weight when he was under contract with Pat Riley. And the reason why is because this is the most effective you could be at this weight. If you heavier, you're more prone to injury. Not only are you more prone to injury, it affects your game and everything that you know how to do. I'm on record saying I don't think Luka takes care of his body. I'm on record saying that. That's not news. That's not something that just comes out of the blue. I've said that. I've said that in the past. I don't think Luka takes care of his body.
Chill, you saying that's I mean, the proof is in the pudding. No pun intended. You know?
He's a jelly roll.
Like I was saying
that years before, Ox. Everybody before people started, like before it got louder, I was saying that years probably like, yo, this dude don't take care of his body. Kind of like with James Harden, which would explain why at the end of the season you would see him. The reason why his play suffered because he started breaking down, because he started being run down. He didn't take care of his body.
Yes,
and still don't.
Even like the great players like Melo, right? Like Melo could have definitely, if he had taken care of his body as as LeBron did, the same way that LeBron was doing at the same pace, he would have, you know what I mean? Like who knows what happened now? There was definitely an agenda for Melo. We could definitely see that there was.
No, I'm saying that LeBron pace just.
No, not the LeBron pace, but you get what I'm saying. Like, just take it as serious as your, because those are no. I'm not comparing them as far as body composition. I'm just saying the mentality of taking it as serious. You get what I'm saying?
Well, Russ take it serious,
huh?
You could look at somebody like Russ. He takes the game serious, though. You know what I'm saying? Other people play, but Russ really take it. He might not always be effective, but he gonna give you everything he got.
Take care of his body. That's what I'm just talking about. Body, taking care of his body. You know what I mean?
Took care of that body. He took care.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like guys like those guys, versus Melo, who they run because they're so good at skill wise, right? Luka, very good at skills. Jokic, very good at skills. You know what I mean? So when you're so dependent on your skills and it's so easy for you to get a bucket, you're gonna last score on you. You know what I mean? I'll take care. You be like, oh, you know what? I'll work it out. Same thing like Shaq. Shaq said it himself. He was like, yo, I'll just run it off during the game. And then he realized, well, no, I can't do that. I need to take care of my body because what happened? Feet problems, you know what I mean? Lower leg extremities, hip problems, all these things, they fall in line with your weight. You know what I mean? They play a part.
Yeah, I never thought Shaq was not going to be good. When I seen him play, I was like, no way you can stop this dude.
Yeah, you can't stop him. Either way, but he said himself, if he was taking care of his body the way that he was supposed to, woo, oh man, it would have been a problem.
Your mic muted, Bobo.
Yeah, fact.
For sure. Good looking, y'all. Good looking. Well, fellas, we hit that 1 minute 1 hour and 30 minute mark. Last on Saturday, I got reprimanded because we went to an hour 50.
The higher ups, stay in our ear.
Yeah,
the higher ups, stay in our ear.
Anybody in the lobby that didn't make it up, you know what I'm saying? Apologize.
Chill. I'm sort of disappointed that you let Mars cap on Jokic being slimmer in 2020, man.
Did I say that?
Mars did. Mars did.
And I ain't saying nothing about that?
Oh, no. Yeah, you didn't.
Oh, I gotta go back and watch the tape. I gotta go back and watch the tape.
You said Jokic was more agile in 2020.
That is not true. That is not true. No, it is not.
I'm gonna go back and make sure he said
Joker is definitely.
He did.
If so, we'll take care of him.
Yeah,
Joker late night show with Bobby.
From 2020, he was definitely doughier then than he is now. 100%.
Primo, you said you pulling up tonight?
Yeah, late night show at Bobby's World.
Okay,
for sure.
Graveyard shift.
Bobby's World, yes, sir.
At the graveyard shift.
You already know.
Thank you,
my brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you letting me up.
All right, y'all.
Be easy, fellas.
Always. We'll chill time. We got just a couple more super chats. But before we do that though, is there anything I missed today? Anything you wanted to touch on real quick?
We covered it. We talked about the Heat. We talked about the Lakers. We talked about the draft lottery. We got the playoffs going on. So man, we in it. We in the middle of it. 100%.
So you, I mean, just to make sure though, you said you got the Celtics smacking the Heat. So I'm pretty sure you got the Celtics tonight, then, right?
I do.
Okay, for sure. I want to make sure I cover all my bases. From Lonnie Williams. What's up, Lonnie? Dame for Maxey and picks. Maxey, Simons, and Sharp.
I don't hate it. I'm on record saying that I wanted to give Maxey the ball. I wanted James Harden to walk out the door, and I wanted to give Maxey the ball. So you want to give it to James Harden? I mean, you wanted to give it to Damian Lillard? All right, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's not bad. The GOAT Angie Carr with another one. Although Wemby is a projected first overall, should the Spurs take him? Or should they look at Sam Bowie and Greg Oden's situation and play it safe?
They could look at those two situations and play it safe and watch Wemby go play in Houston and turn into Tim Duncan, and you're fired as a GM, and you'll never get another job ever again.
Yeah,
ever.
Just based on that, Chill, I promise you, if I saw something like in the summertime and I was like, you know what, I'm not sure if he's really got it, I'm taking him anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a family to feed. I gotta protect that.
I'm fired.
No way.
Fired. If he doesn't work, then okay, bet. But there's no way that I'm going to watch him go somewhere else and turn into everything he could have been with me. I'm fired.
Yeah, never that. Before we do get out of here, let me shout out our GOAT members, Comatose, Haramus Imar, and Dorian Clayton. Also, Evian Plummer. Appreciate y'all. If you want to be a GOAT member, all you got to do is click on that link. It's right down there. It's very painless, y'all. Any last words for him, Shittown?
Don't drink and drive.
Facts. Never do that. Never do that, y'all. And we got Lyft out here. We got Uber. We got taxis, man. Yeah, it's real simple. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Read a book, y'all.